PCC Kids. This is our first time having PCC Kids online, and I'm so excited because I love trying new things. But you know what I love better than trying new things? Trying new things with friends. And in fact, I brought my very own friend here today, Chloe. Oh, Chloe, I'm so excited you're here. Being with friends is so much fun. You can do so many fun things with friends. You can say hi to your friends. Hey, Chloe. You can jump up and down with your friends. Yeah. And you can give your friends as many high fives as you want to. It's so fun. Thank you so much for stopping by, Chloe. You're so awesome. And in fact, today, we're going to be reading a story about a guy who didn't have any friends, which is kind of sad. So, we're actually going to be reading from our Jesus Storybook Bible today. Ooh, here we go. And it's titled, The Man Who Didn't Have Any Friends. None. There once was a man who didn't have any friends. None. Do you have any friends? Well, of course you do. But not Zaccheus. Poor Zaccheus didn't have any friends. You're probably wondering why. Was it because he was so short? That's not a reason not to like someone. Was it because he had a name that was hard to say? Well, neither is that. Even though he was short and he did have a funny name, that wasn't it. No, people didn't like Zaccheus because he stole their money. Zaccheus collected taxes. Taxes were what people had to pay the king, but Zaccheus took more than he was supposed to and kept it for himself and made himself rich. Everyone knew that he was up to what he was up to, and it made them cross and grumpy. That would make me grumpy too. They didn't like Zaccheus one bit. So they made sure he knew it by doing things like avoiding him and walking on the opposite side of the street and pretending not to see him and whispering things like, "There's that nobody who thinks he's a somebody," loud enough so he could hear. That's kind of sad, isn't it? Anyway, one day, a huge crowd gathered by the road. Jesus was coming to their town, and everyone wanted to see him. Zaccheus wanted to see Jesus too, but everyone was too tall. He tried jumping up and down, but that didn't work. He couldn't see a thing. Luckily, Zaccheus had a good idea. "I'll climb a sycamore tree," he said. So he did. He was surprisingly good at climbing things for a man who was so unusually short that he had to take a flying leap just to get into his chair in the morning. From the tree, Zaccheus had the perfect view all the way down the road. Another minute, and suddenly Jesus was at the tree. He stopped and looked up. Zaccheus saw Jesus, and Jesus saw Zaccheus. "Zaccheus," Jesus said, "I'd like to come over to your house." Zaccheus almost fell out of the tree. Come over to his house? Nobody ever wanted to come anywhere near his house, let alone inside it. The people saw this, and needless to say, it made them crosser and grumpier than before. They mumbled and murmured and muttered, "Why is Jesus being kind to that big sinner? Doesn't Jesus know about him?" Zaccheus scrambled down and took Jesus to his house. He was in a big hurry because he didn't want Jesus to change his mind. Perhaps Jesus hadn't heard about him. Perhaps Jesus didn't know how he had been stealing and how no one liked him and how he didn't have any friends. But Jesus knew. He knew all about Zaccheus and the stealing and everything, and he still loved him. "What I've done is wrong," said Zaccheus, "but now I want to do the right thing. I will give all the money back to everyone, 4 times what I stole." And that's just what he did. Jesus smiled. "My friend," he said, "today God has rescued you. Jesus loved Zaccheus when nobody else did. He was Zacchaeus' friend, even though no one else was, because Jesus was showing people what God's love was like. His wonderful, never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. Isn't that an awesome story, you guys? Isn't that so cool that it doesn't matter what you've done or the mistakes you've made, Jesus is always going to love you. That is so exciting. I love that so much. But you know something else I learned today? Being a friend to people who don't have any friends, that's a really awesome way to show Jesus' love to other people. You can do that any day. You can be a good friend to your siblings. You can be a good friend to the people at school who maybe aren't always super nice. And by doing that, you can show Jesus' love to them too. All right, guys, it was so fun having you here today, and I'm so excited to see you here again on PCC Kids Online next week. Have a great week, guys. Bye!